HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Hopkinton Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
And by Webster First Federal Credit Union, providing financial products with attentive customer service to the local families and businesses of Hopkinton. Visit us at websterfirst.com. Hello, and welcome to HCAM News. Tom Nappy at the anchor desk to fill you in with what's happening in town. On this edition of HCAM News, Hopkinton Police help fight cancer. Hopkinton Drug hosted their holiday open house. We have this week's Bay Path Humane Society Pet of the Week, and Matt Clark has our HCAM Insider. But first, a real estate firm called Guaranteed Rate was welcomed to town with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. A real estate firm called Guaranteed Rate officially held their opening ribbon-cutting ceremony at 22 South Street in Hopkinton. The event featured some delicious food, beverages, and some nice giveaways.
So just wanted to say thank you. We've for everyone, a lot of you know, we've been here for a year. We just never got around to doing our own ribbon cutting. But you know, everyone in this room has had a huge impact. So I got to thank, first and foremost, my wife in the room there in my office, and managing these three crazy human beings. She should get applause. She should, yeah. Next, all the Guaranteed Rate people. So I'll shout out your names. So we got Heidi over there, Matt in the back. Then we got, where's Mike? Over there, and then and Sarah as well. So you know, without these guys, we wouldn't have the success as a branch without them. So they're a huge piece of this. Next, the chamber and the towns, the town management, Norman and John and everybody, just huge, incredibly hospitable to us, very welcoming, and then all the referral partners, Chuck, with this place, and and all of our referral and business partners, all the realtors from RE/MAX. We really appreciate the support. Couldn't have had the fast success that we've had without everyone in this room. And there's a lot of other people here that'll be swinging by later. So just wanted to thank you. Appreciate you coming. Appreciate your support. Town of Hopkinton's been unbelievable to us, and we just really appreciate it. All right? So thank you. Ready? Pull it tight, Joe. Pull it super tight.
Look at the cameras.
Get closer to Daddy.
Perfect.
Pull it tight. All right, you ready?
Yep. Oh, wow. Perfect. You can go ahead.
Hey! All right. Very cool.
I'm going to ask a favor of you guys too, if you don't mind, if I do this around.
Can you talk about what your business does, and also how you ended up in Hopkinton?
Sure, yeah. So the business is Guaranteed Rate Mortgage. We do residential mortgage lending. How we ended up here, I originally was in Waltham, and then I moved my business to Natick, and I was still living in Waltham at the time, but my wife and I decided that we wanted to move to Hopkinton. So a couple of years after we actually moved here, I moved the business from Natick to Hopkinton.
And how's the response been since moving over to Hopkinton and opening up this business?
Yeah, this town has been unbelievably receptive to us. Incredibly hospitable from all the local businesses to the town and the town government and the selectmen and town manager, as well as even the local media. Hopkinton Independent's been incredible to us. So just the whole community in general has been just an incredible place to not only raise a family, buy a house and start a family here, but just to run a business as well. So we couldn't be happier.
And I have to say, you had some great food on display out there today. Could you talk about the food?
Sure. Yeah, so there was a little plug for Chef McFall. He does an unbelievable job. I've been to probably 10 events where he's done the catering and just does an incredible job. He's from start to finish. The service is great. The food is unbelievable. He's just a great guy, and so I'm happy to have him.
And great turnout here today. Can you talk about the turnout you had? Did you expect as many people?
No, not really. I mean, I'm always surprised by the support, and you know, but I shouldn't be. You know, since we've been here since day one, you know, again, the town has just been incredibly receptive and incredibly hospitable. They've been supportive. Again, everything from the local business partners to all the local realtors. You know, doing residential mortgages. Realtors are a huge part of our business, and you know, partnering with them, they've been incredibly helpful to help grow in the business. You know, the town management and all, you know, Selectmen, and they've been great as well. So, you know, and again, the local media outlets have been incredibly supportive. So, you know, it surprises me. It always surprises me when people show up to my stuff, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't, because everyone's been so supportive since day one.
All right, well, congratulations and welcome to Hopkinton.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
Hopkinton Police hosted 2 campaigns to help fight cancer. Here's a look. The Hopkinton Police Department talked about 2 campaigns they hosted to raise funds toward the fight against cancer.
All right, I'd like to welcome everybody here today. Happy to have a warrior like us over here on the PD side, like Kelly here with us today. And I just want to say this is a great event, and I'm very, very proud of Officer Brian Sanchioni and all the other officers in this room that have committed to this cause, and to really raise a lot of money with the patch idea. And I couldn't be prouder of this whole police department and the work that everybody does here, the community effort. It's not, these guys do and girls do an unbelievable job when it comes to raising money. And like I said, I couldn't be prouder. I'd like to introduce Brian Sanchioni and Phil Powers. Why don't you come on up here?
Yeah, Brian, why don't you explain just a little bit about the Pink Patch project that you started with Hopkinton?
Sure. It's a campaign that I saw a lot of area departments doing throughout the past few years. It seemed very successful, and I thought it would be something that we could do no problem. My role in all this was fairly small. All I did was, you know, contact our patch company, help design it, get it here, and it was with the help of the department and community that we were able to sell all these, turn it into a success, raise a bunch of money. So I don't take a whole lot of credit for it. I just kind of placed the order and helped get the ball rolling. Next year we hope to do the same thing and expand on a great turnout this year.
And we sold just about all the patches except for the ones that we wanted to keep for ourselves too.
300 patches.
We sold 299. We have one for Kelly. Kelly, come on up.
Guys, you come behind over here.
One thing too, I want to, the second month, November, we did No Shave November, and that was started by Peter Honzeas. So that was the second portion of this. So thank you, Peter.
Thank you.
Which we allowed him to have the beard for 2 months,
We all have to shave tomorrow, by tomorrow, or our next shift.
which is tough to look at. They wanted 1 more month, and I couldn't do it. But it's for a great cause. and
So
I'm
Kelly,
really proud.
So here's the patch that we made, and this is for you.
Thank you.
All right.
This means a lot. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And I think Brian has something for you too.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you. Can I hug you? Thank you. Thank you.
You deserve it.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been quite a year. Thanks.
Kelly.
Oh, thank you.
Boys?
There's my support team.
Yeah, we really didn't forget about the boys, because, so this is our regular patch.
Oh, wow,
That's
guys.
for you, one for you. And Officer Sanchioni is our new canine officer, and he made up a patch for his canine dog, Titan. All right, and he's gonna be wearing that on his uniform.
That's
All
awesome.
right?
Which one you like better?
Moms. Here's a couple of fidget spinners for you guys.
Oh, wow. What do you guys say?
Some patterns. These are for Dad.
All right. Thank you.
I got a couple of hats for you. Maybe you'll join our force someday.
Aw,
Okay?
that's awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Not to be outdone.
Oh, wow.
That's a challenge coin from the Hopkins Police Department. And on it says honor, valor, pride.
That's
Great
a really
words.
big deal. This is
And
awesome.
it has police department in the back. It's gonna be a collector's item. So
It is.
Somebody hopes.
Thank you.
But thank you so much for participating in this.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
It's an honor for
us.
You know, if you have to go through this, it's nice to be on the other side and have something like this in our community, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Serving.
Could you talk about what No Shave November was all about?
Well, this year we did 2 months. We started off in October. October was for breast cancer awareness. So the chief allowed us to grow beards for breast cancer awareness. And then No Shave November is typically for, usually a mustache for men's health. But this year we decided, and I guess last year too, that we would donate the money to cops for kids with cancer.
And how did it go? Did you get a good
It went good. We had to pay $100 each. There was 13 officers and 2 dispatchers that did it. So that's pretty much a majority of the department.
Well, we had the pleasure of donating money that was raised by the Pink Patch program that was started by Officer Brian Sanchione. He came up with the idea, and all the entire department got behind it, the community got behind it, and we raised a lot of money. We also had another initiative, which was Movember, where I allowed the officers to grow a beard for 2 months, which is usually not the normal attire of a police department, and it's usually not allowed in the rules and regulations. So we bent them a little bit. It was for a good cause, and they all donated $100 to grow a beard. So it was great to have Kelly over here and give her a check, as well as a pink patch. And I just want to say that I'm very proud of the department I work for and the men and women underneath me. You know, they're not just out there, you know, fighting crime or helping people. They go a step beyond and do all they can to really affect people in this community in a positive way. And they did a wonderful job, and I couldn't be prouder.
I am the lucky recipient of the money raised from our awesome community of Hopkinton that bought these beautiful pink patches for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I was nominated and chosen to be the recipient of the money raised. So I thank you, Hopkinton community. You've been amazing.
Still to come on HCAM News, scenes from the Hopkinton Drug Open House. This week's Bay Path Humane Society Pet of the Week, and Matt Clark has our HCAM Insider. A whole lot more ahead. Stay tuned.
HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Golden Pond Assisted Living, honoring resident choice, dignity, and independence. Our health and wellness focus keeps residents active. Golden Pond, state-of-the-art senior housing and healthcare services.
Welcome back to HCAM News. Hopkinton Drug hosted their annual holiday open house this past weekend, and the always fun event drew a big turnout. Hopkinton Drug hosted their annual holiday open house this past weekend. The event featured entertainment, activities for the kids, and of course, Santa Claus.
So, Santa, what brings you to Hopkinton Drug today?
Well, my young friend, I make a lot of visits in the month of December. Well, one of my favorites is Hopkinton Drug. They do a great holiday celebration every year, and they're kind enough to bring me in to visit all the children. And of course, I'm here to find out who's been naughty, who's been nice, and who wants any toys for Christmas.
Did you have a lot of visitors today?
I would say since we started at 12 o'clock, we haven't stopped. We've been visiting children young and old. We've had, I think we had a 5-week-old, and we've had a 65-year-old woman for her birthday, and every age in between. Good question.
All right, terrific. Thank you very much, Santa, and Merry Christmas.
You're welcome. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
You guys been having a busy weekend?
Busy weekend, yes. Yesterday, a little busier because of the Hopkinton stroll, downtown stroll, but a good number today too.
Excellent.
So we're glad everybody was able to come out and visit.
And what are you painting on this young lady's face?
This lady is having a snowman, and I asked her what the snowman wanted to hold. Yesterday I did a hammer on a board. This one's a flower. You could turn it around and show. You want to turn it around and show Tom your snowman?
Oh, look at that. That's cool.
And put some snow. So we're all doing the snow dance because the kids can't make snowmen if there's no snow. Look, it's still raining out there, but we need to all do the snow dance.
Hi, I'm Vera. I'm one of the hosts for the open house at Hopkinton Drug. I have some different smoothies to sample out for people to try. I'm also giving out samples of nutritional products, and we're selling raffle tickets. We have several gift baskets that the skip store staff put together, and it's also a benefit project just because. So we're having a great family fun day.
Terrific. And what are the smoothies about? Are they vitamin filled?
Some of them are, yeah. I have a new product here that I'm sampling out in a few different flavors that has vitamins, minerals, and herbs. That's called Spoonfuls. And I also have just a plain vegan pea protein that I'm showing people how you can add fruits in a blender and make a healthy snack or like a breakfast as a part of a whole food-based diet.
Oh, we're making children's crafts. Star and sand art and snowman bracelets.
Has it been busy over here?
Oh yes, very. Just have a great time.
What are you making over here?
I'm making bracelets.
Oh, very nice. Is that bracelet for you? Or are you going to give it to someone as a gift?
I'm gonna give it to my mom.
Ah, that's so nice of you.
इसके अंदर सारे बीड्स डालो अब ये वाली बीड इसके अंदर धीरे धीरे डालो
White kids.
No, ये डालो
This week's Bay Path Humane Society Pet of the Week is a playful one-year-old cat named What's It? Here's a look.
I don't like other cats. His name's What's It, which we run out of names after a while. So somebody came up with that name, but he's a year old. He was a stray, and he has a really big personality. He's very funny, likes to play a lot, almost kind of dog-like. Does not like other cats though, so needs to be in a home with just him being the only pet. Although I'm not sure about dogs, I don't think we've really tested that yet with him. He might be okay with a cat savvy dog. But he is very friendly and very silly. So.
How old?
About a year. Okay. So he's not old.
A whole lot of programming is coming up on the HCAM channels. Standing by to tell you all about it is Matt Clark with our HCAM Insider.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the HCAM Insider. I'm Matt Clark, and here's what's happening this week on HCAM. On Friday, December 14th at 5 p.m., poet Crystal Williams shares her work about finding the beauty in life on a new episode of Wake Up and Smell the Poetry. And at 6:30 p.m., the Hillers girls varsity basketball team takes on the Bellingham Blackhawks, live on HCAM Ed. On Monday, December 17th at 7:30 p.m., the Hopkinton Planning Board meeting will air live on HCAM TV. On Tuesday, December 18th at 6 p.m., the Hopkinton Board of Selectmen's meeting will air live on HCAM TV. On Thursday, December 20th at 7 p.m., the Hopkinton School Committee meeting will air live on HCAM Ed. And also at 7 p.m., the Hopkinton Zoning Advisory Committee meeting will air live on HCAM TV. And on Friday, December 21st at 9 p.m., Shara Peralt sits down with local 8th grader Owen Fitzpatrick about his amazing talent for writing on a new episode of Meet Your Neighbor. And also on HCAM Ed, the Hillers Ice Hockey vs. Bellingham game, as well as the Hopkinton Public School Winter Concert Series will air. If you want to know more about all of HCAM's shows before they air, then head over to hcam.tv/connect, where you can sign up for our HCAM Insider newsletter. Or if you want to know more about what's happening in Hopkinton, you can sign up for our daily news updates. That's all for this week's Insider. I'm Matt Clark, and as always, thanks for watching. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you, Matt. That will just about do it for this edition of HCAM News. Don't forget, you can stay up to date with everything Hopkinton by checking out our website, hcam.tv, as well as our Twitter and Facebook page. Be sure to head over to our website for the latest happenings in our community and check out the Hopkinton Community Calendar to take a look at upcoming events in town. If you have a Hopkinton-related video, photo, or story idea, I want to hear from you. Email me at news@hcam.tv. With your help, we'll cover even more of our community. For everyone here at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. We leave you now with the current community listings and upcoming government meetings. As always, thanks for watching HCAM News. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day. It was an extremely cold morning, but that did not stop Ashland and Hopkinton for meeting up for the 95th time on Thanksgiving. First offensive snap of the game couldn't have gone any better for Ashland. Jackson Hornung connects with Nathan Sickles, who takes it to the house for a 70-yard touchdown. The extra point was no good. Score remains 6-0 Ashland. The Hillers respond in the second quarter. A 28-yard touchdown from Ryan Kelleher to Brendan Kelly evens up the score. The Brendan Kelly extra point puts the Hillers up by 1. In the third quarter, the Hillers strike again with some trickery.
3 backs lined up, and he pitches to DeLoya, who's going to look to throw back. Wide open. Beautiful play, and Ryan Kelleher.
Ryan Kelleher can throw 4 touchdowns, and he can catch them. The extra point was good, and it makes it 14-6 Hillers. The Hillers struck once again in the third quarter.
As he fakes the handoff. Oh, wow, what a catch. Brendan Kelly again going to the ground.
Brendan Kelly makes an insane catch for his second touchdown of the game, and he then kicks another successful extra point to make it 21-6, and that is how the score would stay the rest of the way. The Hopkinton Hillers finished the season with 7 wins and 4 losses overall, while Ashland finishes with 8 wins and 3 losses. Congratulations on a great season to the 2018 Hopkinton Hillers football team. Board of Selectmen confirmed 3 appointed employees by the town manager.
The town manager will recommend an affirmation vote of the Board of Selectmen on the following town manager appointments. Senior Services Director, Amy Beck, Chief Financial Officer, Timothy O'Leary, and Network Systems Administrator, Jason Hill. Now, I know Mr. O'Leary is going to be joining us remotely in just a minute. Amy, is Amy here tonight?
Amy, congratulations. I am tonight recommending you as the town's Senior Services Director, taking up after Cindy Chesmo. As we may know, Amy has been with the town for 6.5 years. We were also fortunate to have Amy act as the interim director in the last perhaps 6 to 8 months. I can assure the board that you are coming before the board today because of 3 significant reasons. Number 1, you worked hard as the interim director, moved key processes forward, and secondly, the support that you received from the community representatives as well as the staff was a game changer.
I think the fact that you've been there as an interim director speaks volumes,
And the fact that we have an audience here in support of you certainly helps. But most important to me is my mom has discovered the senior center, and she's loving it, and she's always excited to go to a knitting class or to go teach paintings or something like that. So I think we have a wonderful facility, and I think you've been doing a great job, and coming recommended by Mr. Khumalo and Mr. Herr, that speaks volumes. So welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Well, Tim is at the secure Los Alamos nuclear base. Yes. By way of introduction, I want to say a few things about the next candidate. He's a recipient of numerous military awards and federal civilian performance awards. He was inducted into the Beta Gamma Sigma Academic Honor Society for graduate business students. He was inducted into the Coast Guard Leadership Hall of Fame in 1996. One Coast Guard officer is inducted each year. He is a current Department of Energy Level 3 highest contracting officer representative. He's a certified government financial manager. He also is a certified public accountant. And he has written an article, Brian, you'll be impressed. He's written an article, co-wrote an article entitled Improving Federal Costing for Better Decisions.
Love it.
Love it. I am happy to recommend Tim O'Leary as the town's next CFO. Yeah, he's actually he's actually planning to move here. What has worked well for us is that Tim is a family man. He has young kids who he strongly believes need to be back in Massachusetts for their education, and therefore this offer by Hopkinton comes at the appropriate time for him.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Coutinho and seconded by Mr. Herr. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. And opposed? That is unanimous. Congratulations, Tim. We can't wait to have you here.
I am happy to recommend Jason J. Hill as the town's first network systems administrator. He comes to the town with 16 years of experience working for Middlesex Savings Bank. You are a trusted employee, often interacting with branch or regional bank managers. And in fact, the committee that recommended you to the town manager highlighted the fact that your customer service working in a bank is exactly what we're looking for here in Hopkinton.
You'll notice that municipal stuff happens a little differently than in the outside world. But if you could bring, help work with Mr. Khumalo and actually bring some of that business community aspect to the town and help him with the community service, because that's the one thing that since Mr. Khumalo's been here is